The winner will face Utah tomorrow, the winner of Nebraska and Hofstra, which play tonight here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Good to have you with us as we bring you NCAA tournament action here from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Here's a look at the Huskers and the Pride. Nebraska coming in at 20-9 on the year, 14-6 overall. There's a look at the series history. This will only be the second time these two teams have played. Last time was in '89 when Nebraska won it 3-1. This is a talented Hofstra Pride squad. Taking a look at the lineups now. First for the Pride from Hofstra. Hannah Klim is the setter. She's from Berlin, Germany. Wills is their outstanding outside hitter. Kostova, Burke, Asia, Lopez de Silva, and Degadillo is the libero. There is their head coach, Emily Mansour. Mansour in her first season, a 28-5 career record, and she has them here in the NCAA tournament. Nebraska goes outside right away and blocked back into the tip at the net by Lopez de Silva, and de Silva gets the kill.
De Silva is one of those athletic players you mentioned earlier.
Paul Miller, the Rolfson twins, Feen, Hall, Haggerty, and Wong Arantes starting lineup for Nebraska. Paul Miller pushes outside, they're going to Feen again, and the block is there, and there's de Silva one more time. Lopez de Silva at 5'8", Kathy, a middle blocker.
But jumps out of the gym. If you watch her, she's so explosive, quick, and has some serious ups.
And we didn't expect that this Hofstra Pride team would be intimidated coming in here. They've got an outstanding team. 28-5 on the year. The tip try there, not good. They'll run the quick middle. Wong Arantes with the up. But the overpass, and good move by Wong Arantes to keep it alive. I'd go outside, the swing there by Kostova, not down. Nebraska keeps it alive again with some great defense. And then the block in the middle. Long point here. Great rally early on. On the slide. Good job by Degadillo in the back row, the libero. Into the net, called on Nebraska, and the long point goes to the Pride. And right away, the Pride with a quick 3-zip lead on the hometown Huskers.
Pride is very athletic, strong, confident. You said they come in here very confident, and they're playing strong right now. What a great long rally, too.
Paul Miller goes outside to Feen again, and Nebraska will try to get Feen going. She goes high hand and gets the kill. It was a concern of Emily Mansour all week. They really worked on how do you handle Feen outside, because she has the ability to hit right over the top of the block.
Absolutely, and Feen has made that adjustment. She, as we talked about, midway through the season, she's kind of stepped it up, figured it out, and has been on a hot streak since, because she's found that, find a way to hit over the block, around the block.
Here's Sophia Black, the 5'6" sophomore out of Seattle, Washington. So she went coast to coast to play for the Pride. Good line shot there by Rolfson, but kept alive. Good athletic push out to the pin by the setter for the Pride. And another point for the Pride. Lopez again, de Silva.
As you mentioned, just very athletic, being very aggressive, going up after balls here. Just really goes right between the arms of Cecilia Hall.
Into the net, called on the Pride, so the net violation gives Nebraska its second point, and now in for the Huskers comes Annika Albrecht. There is Albrecht in her freshman year. Goes off the block and kept in. Tried line and got it.
De Silva's really come out playing strong, aggressive. Watching her earlier in the warm-ups in the huddle, she is very focused and ready to play, and we're seeing her performance reflect that.
And she is juiced up.
Yep.
As the serve goes long. Juan Orantes now to serve for Nebraska. The roll kept alive by Wills. I'll go back out to Wills again. That goes off the hands of Rolfson, and the kill by Kelsey Wills.
Wills really just that her power. The blockers are there. She just breaks through the hands of Amber Rolfson. You're going to see her get a lot of touches on the ball and very strong up at the net.
Paul Miller runs the quick middle of the block again. Lopez de Silva, check that. Asia with the block. Asia in the middle now with the block. So really two undersized but very athletic middles in Asia at 5'11".
Right.
And Lopez de Silva at 5'8". Good angle shot there by Rolfson with the kill. That's the first kill for Katie Rolfson. Sydney Townsend now to serve for Nebraska. Slide to Asia. Not there. Rolfson again, and she's starting to warm up. Second kill back-to-back by Katie Rolfson.
One-on-one, the middle blocker got out of the system there, and Katie Rolfson takes advantage and hammers it home.
Service error. The Hofstra lead back at 4. Caitlin Kraus into the lineup for the Pride, and back to serve now is Wills. Jump serve by Wills. Good pass by Albrecht. On the slide, then Albrecht there to keep it up. Line try and down by Rolfson. Hofstra, of course, in Long Island, New York, as Rolfson gets the ace.
Katie likes that short serve. They use that to really jam up and kind of a change of pace on the serve. Really kind of, if you look at the rotation, there's a lot of Hofstra's players right in the location of the serve.
Rolled into the middle and got it. Good tempo ball by Katie Rolfson. 3 kills for her here in set number 1.
Just making great decisions here. That's a 10-foot attack, but just that taking the tempo off the ball. You can see the defender sitting back in her 3rd kill.
Another short serve by Rolfson. Outside, the swing by Burkus, blocked back. And the block with the Huskers now 4 blocks for Nebraska. And the timeout called by the Pride. Emily Mansour has seen Nebraska come from behind and tie it at 9 on the big block. The 4th in the first set by the Huskers. Seward, who was very familiar with Nebraska, she actually played against the Huskers back in 2004 when she played for Iona College. She was an all-conference performer, setter of the year. They lost to the Huskers 3-0 in the first round back in 2004. And here, Emily Mansour finds herself back in Lincoln, Nebraska, coaching the Hofstra Pride. Hofstra just about 40 minutes away from Iona in New York. Talking with her earlier today, she said she really just hopes her players come out and enjoy this environment. I was looking at some post-game comments back in 2004, and Mansour, her comment was, I play in New York. We only play in front of about 100 people.
Yeah.
And so she said it was really just a thrill to be here and play in this environment. But she brings a club back here to Lincoln that's got a chance to give Nebraska a run.
Well, and she is able to speak to that situation, you know, as a former player and having the opportunity to play in the Coliseum at that time. But still, just how you can embrace that and take it. And this team has really come out. She's got them well prepared, and they've stepped out on the court very confident and playing very well.
On the slide, Haggerty tries the line. No touch, and it's wide. Hofstra back up by 1 at 11-10.
Just a little spin you saw on the ball, took it a little bit wide there. Good connection, though, between Cole Miller and Haggerty.
Good serve by Doug Adillo. They'll try the slide again with Haggerty not there. Kostova tried to push it over. Been great hustle, but can't get it back over. Point Nebraska all even at 11. Alexa Etheridge in to serve. Burke with the swing, and Burke with the kill from the right side.
Burke has also been a very key part of this offense of the Pride. You've got Wills on the one side, you've got Burke on the other pin. They've really been kind of a 1-2 punch throughout the season.
Burke a little bit like Fiend in that it was about halfway through the season when Emily Burke really started to take over, and she was in fact the MVP of their conference tournament as they won that Colonial Athletic Association. Really complements Wills on the other side.
And then when you add Lopez de Silva in there too, it really diversifies their offense, and so they've got a really nice team put together.
Ball hanging up there, and Kostova with the kill.
Kostova didn't hesitate at all there. That ball popped up, and she got right on top of it.
Veronica Kostova out of Hamburg, Germany. Pascal Gymnasium High School. Swing in the middle, no touch, and that is wide from Amber Rolfson.
Amber just a little bit underneath the ball, couldn't get on top of it, takes it wide.
A 2-0 run here. Hofstra now back on top by 2 at 14-12. On the slide, good kill by Cece Hall on the set behind her.
Hall does a great job finding that hand and taking it off the hands of Wills. Wills' hands straight up, you can see flat versus on top of the ball and pressed over.
Good driving serve there by Albrecht. Nice attack by Lopez de Silva, but believe it didn't clear the tape. So a point for Nebraska. There you see Mansour talking with Lopez de Silva. Not quite on top, and that goes wide on the swing by Wills. And it looks Nebraska doing what it wanted to do here in serving tough and trying to keep the Pride out of system. Absolutely,
and you can see Albrecht here is driving the ball back at Wills, trying to push her deep, take her out of the offense. Great, just athleticism there, just jumped in over top the block. Nebraska defense. Block is supposed to be taking that area, hard to take over. Somebody jumps right on over.
Lopez de Silva at 5'8", it's not just, the height that she gets, but it's the quickness with which she gets to the ball that really throws off the timing of the blockers. The timing is tough to figure out when she is so quick up to the ball.
Right, the athleticism there, and that, like you said, that pace of that.
Kill there by Rolfson. So a 3-0 Nebraska run. Off the block, and it was touched by Hofstra.
Right. Came back quick. You get a chance to see that again. Amber pushing it back. Looked like off the knee maybe of Wills before she even landed.
Once again, the block by Rolfson.
Wills try to take a little bit off of that. The block hangs long enough just to get their hands on. Nebraska right now on that 6-1 run. Just tough serving, I think, has really been a key to that.
And another serve and the ace. Right on cue. And a 7-1 Nebraska run has given the Huskers a 19-15 lead. What a day it's been here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Not only the Huskers playing in the NCAA tournament tonight, but earlier today, Nebraska announced a new football coach. Media members, as you might have expected, a bit interested in this, as Mike Riley named the new head coach.
It is my great pleasure to introduce to you Nebraska football coach Mike Riley.
We're excited to be in Lincoln, be part of the university, and to be a part of what is known as the greatest fan base in college football. And like I said, just in general, the great football history here is pretty special. You can't buy tradition, you can't buy history like this, and so for me it's unique. It's unique, and it's great to be a part of.
So Riley with his media opportunity earlier today. Here's a look at the profile of Nebraska's new head football coach, announced early this morning, or check that yesterday it was announced. The press conference held this morning. Was the head coach at Oregon State, 93-80 record, 6-2 in bowl games. So as Sean Eichhorst pointed out today, very effective in the big games. Was a former head coach at San Diego, coached in the CFL, really been around the block a couple of times. And the reaction from many fans over the last couple of days has gone from what to very optimistic, excited about what Mike Riley will bring to this Husker football program. (19:15) here in set number one. The Huskers on a 7-1 run. Long Orantes. Another tough serve, really keeps them out of system. Rolled over. Quick in the middle, it was touched. They're going to say wide, and no touch called.
I believe the player indicated she touched.
Like everybody here saw that except 4 people in white. So point to Hofstra to make it 19-16. Bump set outside for Rolfson. And wide, make it long. And back-to-back points for the Pride out of that timeout. 19-17, Nebraska on top here in set number one of the NCAA tournament. There's a look at Melanie Kyle for Nebraska. She's from Berlin, Germany. Oh, and by the way, there's the setter for the Hofstra Pride, Hannah Klim, also a sophomore from Berlin, Germany. Those two young ladies played together, actually in club ball, reunited here at the Devaney Sports Center, first round of the NCAA tournament. Now serve is Clem. Overpass, pushed back, tried deep corner by Asia. Outside of Rolfson. Delgadillo got a hand on it. Good up by the Huskers. Katie Rolfson with the swing on the right side. Check that Amber, and Amber with the kill.
Amber does a great job using her blockers. She's in a situation where she's got a big block in front, and she takes advantage of them.
Now into the game is Sydney Townsend to serve. And the service error. Third of set number one for the Huskers. Kelsey Wills now to serve for the Pride. There's Wills, the all-time kills leader in Hofstra history. On the overpass, little joust at the net, won by Pohlmiller.
Pohlmiller really likes those type of balls. She does a great job. It's really about the last push. Whoever hangs there and pushes longer usually comes out on top.
And another service error.
That was a rotation last time that really scored several points there. That short serve really created some issues for Hofstra.
Delgadillo now to serve. Hofstra down by 2 here in set 1. Net called on the Pride. So point for the Huskers in Nebraska. Now 3 away from taking set number 1. Alexa Etheridge with the serve. Good tip try by Burke and down. So Emily Burke with another kill.
Good read there by Burke. Etheridge was deep in service. That tip over top the block. Great view of the court, knowing what her opponent defense was doing.
Kelsey Feen powers through the block. 23-20.
Feen's second kill here. Not had a lot of opportunities, just how in the rotations, but comes up with a big one here. Gets the ball back in the Huskers' hands.
Good swing right down the line. Kostova
read her block well. They gave her enough line there. Here you get a chance to see that, and she reads it and delivers.
Now Wills and Lopes de Silva in that front row for Hofstra. Exactly what they like to see. Nebraska with the roll. Wills keeps it up. The shot down the line and the kill by Lopes de Silva.
Just Lopes de Silva has just done a tremendous job as she's ran through the front row. Each time she comes in there, you definitely know she's up front.
We saw Nebraska coach John Cook hop from his chair and call the timeout as Hofstra has cut it to a 1-point lead at 23-22. There is Emily Mansour, who knew that in order to win this and really stay in it, they would have to take Nebraska out of system with their serve and really take part of the court away from the Huskers. And at least through set number 1, they've been very effective in staying in it. And it's been really on the strength of some outside on their hitters, in particular Lopes de Silva.
Absolutely. Lopes de Silva has just been a very impactful player out there on the court and made a difference.
There's a look at the two schools, Hofstra in Hofstra, Connecticut. Not far from New York City.
I guess as I'm looking at this comparison, the thing that just glares out is that attendance. 241 is the average, and for Nebraska, 8,286. Huge difference there, but as we mentioned, Hofstra players have really embraced it. They've come out here. They haven't got just the wide eyes. They've really responded.
Good crowd on hand here again tonight at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Nebraska 2 away. The timeout called by John Cook. There is Lopes de Silva. Paul Miller, right back to Rolfson, dug by Delgadillo. Pushed over, free ball Nebraska. Paul Miller had to handle it, so out of system. Both teams try to get in system here, get a swing. Tried deep corner by Rolfson, not there. Lopes de Silva probably gets a good swing on it. Then Nebraska goes to the middle. No touch. They're going to call it long. I thought we had mixed calls here from our line judges.
But the one is calling down this sideline and the other's calling down that baseline.
So all even at 23. Bad pass, but a free ball over by Wong-Orantes. They'll go outside. Good up by Wong-Orantes. Back row, Rolfson. Good dig by Delgadillo.
Delgadillo has done a great job digging balls.
Rolfson pushes it over. Rolfson somehow got a swing on it, then blocked back off a big swing by Lopes de Silva. What a big point for the Huskers.
Great job by Amber Rolfson to get back in there and be solid.
Set point number 1 for Nebraska. Off of Nebraska's block and down, and we've got extra points here in set number 1. All even at 24. Back to serve now is Lopes de Silva, the senior out of Lisbon, Portugal. The serve is long. A couple of service errors by Lopes de Silva here in set 1. You see Emily Mansour try to calm her down, and she will now take a seat. Wong Orantes with Nebraska's second set point here in set number 1. Big block and down on Nebraska's side. So Wills gets the kill off of the hands of Megan Haggerty.
Blockers are there, just not up solid. The middles are still floating a little bit.
Clem now to serve. Paul Miller sets Rolfson, block back, good up Ulbrich. The other side, and it's Amber Rolfson with the kill from the right side. Set point now, number 3 for the Huskers as you watch the kill by Amber Rolfson off the top of the block.
But you got to credit Albrecht for great coverage.
Yes.
He
Third set point here for Nebraska. They run the quick, kept alive. Paul Miller outside. The swing and the kill by Rolfson gives Nebraska set number 1, 27-25. He's been saying it all week to whomever would listen. This is not your typical first-round opponent. Huskers found that out here in set 1. 5'8" middle blocker for Hofstra has made her presence known here. Really kept Hofstra in it here in set 1.
absolutely, she's come out on fire. We saw big blocks. Offensively, she's got 5 kills, hitting 300, leads that team, and really has been very impactful and made her presence known right from the get-go.
You can tell how motivated she is to be in this environment as well. She had a couple of service errors, just being overly aggressive. I think she's a bit juiced.
Absolutely, but I like watching her, just watching her demeanor out on the court. As we look at stats from first set, very even as we look up and down. The only category that really stands out is the blocks. Nebraska's 8.5 blocks already in this match. That's kept the hitting percentage down for Hofstra. Nebraska hitting 128, a little below their average, but still in the positive.
8.5 blocks in set number 1.
Yeah.
Wow. There's your difference. 8.5 for Nebraska, 2 for Hofstra, and it's that presence of Nebraska at the net that Emily Mansour knew she was going to have to deal with.
Well, and honestly, Kelsey Wills, you know, she's a player that they're trying to control and limit. They knew, I mean, she's led the team, I believe, 23 times this season in kills, and so she's sitting there with 3, but not a lot of involvement in the system.
Ready to go here in set number 2. The Huskers won the first 27-25. Paul Miller will start it off. Swing by Burke. Couldn't get it down. Nebraska rolls it over. Swiped that there by Lopez de Silva. Big block on the outside off the swing of Kostova. CeCe Hall there getting a hand on it.
Hall and Amber Rolfson, that outside hand of Amber Rolfson, she does such a great job rotating and pushing that ball in with that outer hand.
Tough serve by Paul Miller and the ace for Nebraska.
Nebraska's 3rd service ace, as our cards indicate for us, helping us out with the stats there. But Nebraska's been really tough from the service line. They made some service errors. We've seen that also, but they've been very aggressive. That's 4th service error. But we've also seen some positive results because of their tough serving.
Caitlin Kraus now in and back to serve, the 5'10" junior out of Michigan. And just touched the antenna on the serve, so it was out. Albrecht now will serve. Blocked back by Hall and Rolfson again. Then Hall there one more time. Good up in the back row by Albrecht. Right down the line goes Katie Rolfson for the kill.
Great decision in location of that attack. Katie Rolfson really watching where the defense is, switching it up. We've had a lot of cross court. Here she mixes it up.
And Miller chases that down. Was it wide or in? It was in.
Oh.
What a kill for Hofstra.
Kraus gets a dig kill as she pops that ball up and sends it right on across.
Sophia Black now will serve. Right back to CeCe Hall off of the pass, and Hall with the kill.
Nice shot there, Nebraska pushing the middle, that quick transition. CeCe Hall right there. She's got two big blockers, but finds a way to get it through.
Wills really winds up and fires, but that's wide, and she's still trying to find her rhythm.
Definitely being challenged by the block, and Nebraska is putting the pressure on her, and she's trying to find a way to adjust, and she's seen some errors as a result.
Inside again, and the block. Point for the Huskers. 2 hits called on the Pride. And Hofstra will take a timeout. So we are in set number 2. Nebraska out quick here in the second, 7-2. Very Putney, glad you could join us tonight here on NET as we bring you NCAA volleyball action. First round tonight. If the Huskers hang on and win, we will have second round action tomorrow night, and that's the team, the winner of the Nebraska-Hofstra match will play. It would be the Utes of Utah, who really just took it right to Kansas State in match number 1 tonight, beating them in straight sets 3-0. There's Emily Mansour. You know, her conversations with us earlier, she was talking about, you know, in the CAA, we can kind of get away with being at a really high level 70% of the time, and we're going to win. She said playing a team like Nebraska in the Big Ten Conference, you have to play at about 100% of the time. And so I think we've seen a difference already between set 1 and set number 2 in the level of play with which Hofstra is bringing.
Absolutely, and at this time of year when you're starting to get to this level, that any letdowns or stretches are magnified.
Rolfson with the great pancake up. Outside, another great up out of the back row by Albrecht, and the defensive ball keeps coming back, and finally Amber Rolfson, Katie Rolfson puts it away.
But the key, as you said, is the defensive play. We're seeing great digs, pursuit of ball that keeps the ball alive and allows your team to have that opportunity to finish it.
Right off the hand of Hannah Klim. Overpass, a little joust at the net between Klim and Rolfson, and a 5-0 Nebraska run. Nine 9-2 Huskers. Wong Arantes continues the serve. And finally the kill by Hofstra, and a very confident swing and kill by Nuri Lopez da Silva.
Da Silva, again, just very aggressive, athletic. She jumps so well. And also because she's so athletic, no matter where the ball is, she can make adjustments.
Good decision by Pohlmiller, and a nice up by Black in the back row. And then the block on the right side, Rolfson shuts it down. That's Amber.
And just Nebraska's block continues to make itself known up front. That is 11.5 blocks, and we're only midway through set 2.
And there you see them trying to make the adjustment and going high hands, and an effective kill by Kelsey Wills. Block back, good up. Great job. Megan Haggerty goes deep corner.
This is just a great view and the positioning of players from that overhead cam, and just knowing where the defense is in open areas on the court.
Katie with the serve. Clem pushes outside. Tried high hands again, and Burke's not going to get the call a second time.
Burke's just trying to find a way to get around that block, and high hands is a great attempt.
The kill by Wills on the right side goes off the Huskers blocking out.
Wills is at one-on-one, and just her power. See the blocker's hands out. Kelsey Fiend's hands going out of the court.
So now Wills to serve. On the second touch, great up by Delgadillo. And the kill on the other side for Hofstra. On the slide. That was the little bump set by Burke that flipped over the net and landed, and Hofstra now on a 3-0 run.
Nebraska players were there, they just didn't communicate.
Good up. Block back, and a kill, and Hofstra now make it 4 straight for Hofstra.
All right, folks, we've got Mark Leonard down on the court to talk to you about supporting NET Sports. Mark?
And another great atmosphere here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center as Nebraska in the NCAA tournament once again. And it's really a pleasure to be able to bring these kind of events, Mark, to folks all across the state of Nebraska.
It sure is. It's a lot of electricity in this room tonight, and we're so proud on NET to be able to bring this game to you as we do every season. You've come to rely on it from NET Sports, and we are able to broadcast the game this evening. And the reason we are able to do that is because of members just like you all across the state who have told us, get every single game that's available and try to broadcast it to you. And with your financial support, we have been able to do that. We are in a December membership drive. This is when we raise the funds to produce the programs, just like tonight's matchup against Hofstra. But we need membership support to let us know that, yes, you're willing to help pay for this game and all of the games that are upcoming. 1-800-989-8236 is the number to call to become a member.
Well, we're excited. Again, NET Sports does such a phenomenal job. They've got a wide array. You get an opportunity to see so many different sports all across the state. So your support is appreciated.
And a terrific crew that travels all over the state to bring you high school athletics, Nebraska volleyball, college athletics throughout the year right here on NET. We would really appreciate your support to help us continue to bring these outstanding events to you. Here's Kelsey Wills on the middle of a 4-0 run. Nebraska out of the timeout. Will go right to Haggerty in the middle. Establish that middle, open up those outsides. Nebraska running it through Haggerty.
Well, and Nebraska really wants to diversify their offense, and getting Haggerty in the mix, and we've seen him push CeCe Hall too tonight, so really trying to establish that and gain confidence.
Burke outside, and Burke with the kill. So Nebraska also with a kill, so check the no kill by Burke, but the net violation on Nebraska. Yep, just brushed the top there by Hall. 13-9. Karina Degadillo. Back to serve. Into the game now for Nebraska is Alicia Ostrander. Ostrander out of Gordon Rushville. Play on the left side. That goes off the top of the block on this slide by Cece Hall with the kill. There's Ostrander. There's Hall. Overpass, and no doubt about that one is Nuri Lopez da Silva with the kill.
Just kind of fed that right up to her. Paul Miller, back row setter, can't go up to defend. And so Nebraska just had to get down and try and see if they could pop it up.
14-10. The Pride slowly trying to roll their way back into this one. Outside, Ostrander goes off the block, and Alicia Ostrander with her first kill of the match.
And just Nebraska bringing Ostrander in. She's done a great job this season early on, particularly was very strong and steps out on the court and makes an impact right away.
No touch and wide off of the swing of Lopes da Silva gives the point to Nebraska. So 16-10 and a quick timeout called by Hofstra. So the Pride trying to hang in here in set number 2. They trail it 1-0 to Nebraska. There are the Utah Utes awaiting the winner of this game against Nebraska, between Nebraska and Hofstra. And here's some of the other matches being played tonight and yesterday. Wisconsin won last night against Western Michigan. Ohio State sweeping Lipscomb, and it's Michigan State right now on top of Loyola Marymount in set number 3, 2-0. So Big Ten having a good night as Penn State on top of Siena, Illinois out in front, as well as Wisconsin, and Wisconsin in its second round game tonight. So the Big Ten continues to roll here in the postseason. Really very strong conference this year. 6 different Big Ten teams making it into the postseason. Led by number 4 overall seed Wisconsin. And there's Cece Hall with another block, and Nebraska's dominance at the net just continues.
It's definitely been a huge factor in this match as that block continues to slow down and add another one there. The offense of the Pride.
A little tight. Klim tried to send it over on 2, but Hall again there with the block. Tough serve by Albrecht. Give it right back to Burke. Back row aggressive swing by Albrecht. Off of Hall's back, push back over, and long as deep corner tried by Ralston. Reminiscent of the hip kill earlier this year by Nebraska, the one that went off the foot and the hip.
There you go, saw it, and great presence of mind that Paul Miller stayed with it. Ralston just a little overzealous with that push.
Quick try in the middle by Hall, but she swings wide on just a hitting error there on Nebraska. Had plenty of court there in front of her. Off the block and the kill by Amber Rolfson.
Amber's done a nice job tonight really using the block. She's had blockers in front of her, but she's really taking advantage of their hands, tooling it off them, frustrating the block.
No touch, the swing wide, so point for the Huskers. Nebraska now 5 away from set number 2, in control here. Quite a difference between set number 1 and here in set 2. We had 9 ties and 3 lead changes in set number 1. and we've not had a tie or a lead change here in the second set. Nebraska's led from the start.
And here again, Nuria Lopez Silva, just her athleticism, she's just fun to watch. She gets up, she gets after it. I'd love to have her.
Rolfson rolls it over. Black keeps it up. Outside to Burke, but blocked back. Rolfson again on the outside.
That block is just so solid.
Wills again, tries it. And you can just see her beginning to alter her swing and alter. She's got a fast arm swing, quick to the ball, but she's really starting to be careful and alter things based on that Nebraska block.
Absolutely, she hasn't found a solution, and she's hitting -71. She's got 5 kills in the match, well below her average, but it's now in her head, you know, trying to problem solve instead of just feeling it.
We're going to call a touch on Nebraska there on the swing by Brianna Montgomery. So Montgomery comes in on that left side and changes it up momentarily for Wills.
And just gets something to happen. And it's just a different look, a different attacker over in that position.
For Montgomery along the front now with Burke and Asia. Back in now for the Huskers is Ostrander. Katie Rolfson back to serve. Burke with the swing and right between the block. Emily Burke with the kill.
Nebraska blockers didn't get close. Burke takes advantage of that. She's just a strong hitter too and threads the needle between the two.
Off the top of the net, and the ace by Montgomery. So the freshman out of Chatsworth, California. She also went coast to coast from California to New York to play for Hofstra. This really is a very diverse team in terms of their hometowns and where they come from. Ostrander off that left side, big double block there. Asia along with Burke on the block, and Nebraska will take the timeout. Hofstra with 3 consecutive points, and Nebraska takes the timeout. The Huskers led 23-14. Here is the kind of foreign flavor, or some outsides from overseas, from Australia. Catherine Ferris, Germany, Klim and Kostova. Wills is from New Zealand, and we've seen a lot of Lopes de Silva, Lopez de Silva from Portugal. We have a New York player, only one player from New York. California, Seattle, Washington. So it's some air miles for Emily Mansour. And of course, we talked about Hannah Klim being from Germany. What's that say in Lincoln, Kathy? Wiedervereinigt.
Yes, so German.
Wiedervereinigt, yeah, it's German for reunited, right? Back together,
yes.
Reunited.
So those two players come and they knew each other. They played together there. And so kind of fun to be across the net. What are the odds of that?
Right.
You know, but very cool.
Saw Melanie Kyle, and there is a look at the setter, Hannah Klim from Berlin, Germany. So Nebraska 2 away here from taking set number 2 and going on top 2-0.
And Montgomery has come in, actually for Wills, and really made a difference here. You see Will's on the bench and frustrated. You can tell that she's just kind of, everything I'm trying is not working, so this is a good change, and Montgomery's made a nice impact.
Off to block it out and make it a 4-0 run now for Hofstra. 23-18, Nebraska has been stuck there for 4 consecutive points. With the kill by Kostova. Kostova on the left side, Burke on the right, Asia in the middle. Nebraska pushes out to Ostrander, wide open middle of the floor, and Ostrander puts Nebraska 1 away from set number 2.
Ostrander just goes right at that seam, gets it to the floor.
So serving for set number 2, here's Alexa Etheridge. Burke, and Burke with the kill. 24-19 now. Set point number 2 for Nebraska. Delgadillo to serve for Hofstra. In the middle, CeCe Hall can't get it down. Overpass. Joust at the net, and won by Kostova. So Hofstra right now on a 6-1 run, but Nebraska with its 3rd set point. And Ostrander off the top of the block, kept alive by Hofstra. Outside Burke again, and Burke with the kill. Oh, checked it.
Yep. Called off the hands of the block. Caught the arms of Hall.
Yep. So a 7-1 run now. And it's 24-21, 4th set point for the Huskers. Tip try, wide. And now John Cook is going to make a quick substitution. Going to bring in Kelsey Fien, and I wonder where the ball's going here. If Nebraska is in system and it gets in the hands of Pohlmiller off an ice pass, my guess is Fien on the left side. What do you think?
Yeah.
Boom. Good pull out of the net by Delgadillo.
She's done a tremendous job.
Good up, long Larantes. Fien from off the net, out of system. Back outside again. The push try by Kostova, not down. Back row, big block in the middle by Lopes de Silva.
And she continues with that passion, that energy out on the court.
9-1 run by Hofstra. Almost improbable here at Nebraska. Another set point, and Fien closes it out. Almost a stunned and shocked Devaney Center crowd as they were wondering if that really even happened.
Yes.
There was no big reaction on set point. Nebraska somehow survives. 25-23. I always watch the fingers.
Yeah,
you can see the fingers. You see the finger all of a sudden
just a
flip
little
black.
bit of, yep.
Yeah. Albrecht bump set outside, roll shot right into the middle. Katie Rolfson with the kill.
Great tempo shot there by Katie Rolfson. Ball wasn't, it was out of system. Knew she was going to get the ball, so she just changed it up a little bit with that tempo ball.
Burke with the swing, good up by Albrecht. Pass right to Rolfson, so on the second touch, Rolfson just fires away and gets her second kill of set number 3.
Delgadillo, though, again, was it ready and popped that back up, but just it came so quick the team wasn't reorganized over there. But Delgadillo is doing a great job in that libero position. She gets her hands on a lot of balls.
Good up there by Hofstra to keep that alive. Line try is wide. Point for the Pride.
Katie sees she's got some, Amber, but a little bit wide in her swing.
Now back to serve is Caitlin Kraus, the transfer from the University of Dayton. In the middle, CC Hall with another kill, and Hall's been effective in the middle tonight.
Hall's really been working to try and be eligible, get her hand up. She's had 11 attempts, and she's had 4 kills out of that. So really working to establish that middle.
And 5 blocks for Hall, so she's putting together a nice match. And into the block, into the game for the Huskers is Melanie Kyle, and Kyle with the block. And a quick timeout called by Hofstra. So here we are in set 3, Huskers on top, 5-1.
And so really using a wide array of shots to produce the numbers that she has for tonight.
Last year in her freshman year, Katie with 377 kills. That's the 3rd best in Nebraska for a Nebraska freshman in school history. This year, again with nearly 400 kills. 2-time All-Big Ten. She was All-American last year, and her incredible Husker career just getting started. On the back row, Albrecht with a nice aggressive swing.
Albrecht's a very good back row attacker, and just as the season's gone along, they've incorporated her a little bit more into the system. But she's used to playing in that back row attack type of system.
Tough pass by Wong Larantes as that just floated over there, and it's a 4-0 Nebraska run. And another ace. Wong Larantes back to serve again. Another young Husker. She's just a sophomore, and she'll become the first Nebraska libero to ever lead the Huskers in digs in back-to-back years, as Kyle with the big block there. Remember when Wong Larantes was just a freshman and John Cook said, she's just a great volleyball player, maybe the best all-around volleyball player they have on the team. And that hit the floor. Paul Miller couldn't get to it. Lopez de Silva with the kill.
Just a great tempo. We've seen her just swing at balls, be very athletic, and go up after balls. Good. She's thinking. She's making decisions out there that are assisting. She's leading the team with 9 kills.
Paul Miller outside. Good up by Duggan. Wow. Little overpassing.
Yeah.
Melanie Kyle right there.
Back and forth and fed it right up to Kyle, and she sends it quickly back to the Pride.
9-2 here in set 3. Serve is long. There's John Cook. 594 career wins between his head coaching stint at Wisconsin and then here at the University of Nebraska, his 15th season. We said earlier this year, Kathy, in one of our first broadcasts here on NET that this could be the year John Cook hits 600 career wins. Now, I'm not sure he expected to be 20-9 at this point in the season, but it's still out there for him.
Yep.
If Nebraska wins 6 in a row, they would be a national champ, and John Cook would hit win number 600 in that national championship game.
That's a great scenario. I think he'd take that. But you're right, it is still possible, and this year's there's been some ups and downs at different times, just with the youth of the team and one senior on the squad, but really it's all about working toward being your best at this time. And
Hofstra stops its own 3-0 run. Sorry?
Nope, and so the key piece in your season is what have you done to prepare for right now?
Mm-hmm. This is the 33rd consecutive NCAA tournament that Nebraska has made. Two hits called on Nebraska. Only senior on this team right there in Mary Polmiller out of Littleton, Colorado, the transfer from Tennessee.
Unanimously voted team captain. And then asked, this is more than me.
Right.
And so added a couple teammates to that captain role with her, Alicia Ostrander and Wong Arantes. And so, but just one of the hardest workers on the squad, is always helping her team, you know, push themselves and get organized, and you kind of call her the mother.
That's right.
She takes care of us all.
Right between the block goes Emily Burke.
Burke continues to find ways to pick up kills here and there. That's her, I believe, 9th kill. She's hitting .462.
And really has played well late in the year. She was the tournament MVP of the Colonial Athletic Association tournament. All CAA third team. They really needed her to have a big block tonight against this Nebraska team, and she's been effective. Off the block there by Kelsey Thien, and Thien picks up the kill. For Thien, that's six kills now on the night. She's hitting .308. Big block in the middle for the Huskers. That's Thien along with CeCe Hall.
Just continues to be a wall, a challenge for Hofstra. That's 16.5 blocks.
Burke outside, goes through the block on the overpass, put down by Kostova. So Kostova now with 7 kills in the match. Outside rolled by Thien. Good up by Kostova. Tip try by Burke, put back. Middle solo block CeCe Hall. But good coverage by the Pride, and the swing is wide. But boy, great defensive effort there by Hofstra.
Absolutely, just really working in that coverage, but popping that ball up. We've seen some great defensive play tonight on the Hofstra side.
Tough serve again by Albrecht. Out of the back row, Albrecht rolls it over. Delgadillo able to get it up. And a kill on the left side. Credit Delgadillo for that point.
Absolutely, she's done a fantastic job. She's got 13 digs on the night.
Delgadillo comes from Wisconsin. So her home state, Big Ten University, is doing quite well, winning the Big Ten Conference this year, and number 4 overall seed. Won their first round game last night, and at last check was leading 2-0 in their second round. Rolfson and Hall with the block there. Wong Arantes. Now over 400 digs on the season for Wong Arantes. Sitting back over. Quick Kyle with the touch. 2 hits. And Hofstra will take a timeout. There's Emily Mansour, the head coach of the Pride. Her team trails 2-0, trying to get something going here in the third. Utah Utes tomorrow night here at Devaney. And we, by the way, will be here with all the coverage of that match. So here's Wong Arantes. I mentioned earlier, 399 digs in her freshman year. That tied the Nebraska freshman record. She's already over 400 this season. And she's off to a terrific career. Tried the line, and Burke, check that, Kostova goes long or wide.
Just really, the block has totally impacted the offensive approach and mentality of the attackers on the Pride.
They are hitting negative here in set number 3. But even in set 1, when they hung around and gave Nebraska, and in set 2, didn't have an outstanding hitting percentage, but were able to hang around thanks to some good defense, getting balls off the floor. Off the top of the block goes Katie Rolfson. So Katie with the kill.
Katie's just making some great decisions in her attacking tonight.
And the ace by Wong Arantes. It's a 5-0 Nebraska run, 19-9. Yes, another ace.
And that would be 5, I believe. So Nebraska has been aggressive from that service line also. We talked about their block really being an impact, but I think the serve also has really made a difference.
Are all of those aces hearts? Are there any diamonds in there?
Nope.
They're all hearts.
Yep. It's kind of like our abacus stats machine over one at a time.
Good job by Melanie Kyle to kind of pop that back up. And then between the block goes Kostova, Veronica Kostova with another kill, and she has 9 now in the match. That ties for the lead for Hofstra.
And just kind of that fist like, yes, finally got one through. But she's been very persistent and keeps working hard at it.
Only the second time we've seen the dump try by Polmiller tonight, and that time she gets it down.
Just mixing it up. The defense is back on their heels.
Katie got a hand on it, then jumped back up and put it down.
The block did what it's supposed to have, popped the ball up. Fortunately, it popped it right up in a position to attack right back.
Good, quick, athletic move by Katie Rolfson. Off the block. Rolfson put it down.
Katie's really doing a nice job tonight. Really has gotten herself in the groove, making good decisions out on the court. 13 kills, 14 digs, another double-double for her at this point.
Good job of keeping that alive. Point Nebraska into the net called on the Pride. So even when Wills goes up and tries to win a free ball there, she's
just really had a rough night tonight. She's just trying to be aggressive. She's become frustrated. Nebraska's really taken her out of her game. And she does so many things for this Hofstra team that it's really making a difference for them.
Lopez de Silva with the kill on the outside. She has 10, first Pride in double figures in kills. Hitting .222. She has 27 swings. Now to serve is Lopez de Silva. On the slide. Kyle couldn't get it down.
Yep. Got out of balance. You can see her at the net.
Yep. Second touch, Lopez de Silva there. Wills is dug. Right back to her again. Blocked back by Pullmiller. Third time is a charm. Nope. Maybe for Nebraska.
Depends who you're asking.
That's right. So match point now for Nebraska. It took Nebraska 6 match points in set number 2, or 6 set points. This, the first match point for Nebraska. Nearly get it on the ace. Pullmiller behind her on the slide. Kyle off the block. Wills the other way. Block. Kyle got the block. No, it fell down on Nebraska's side. Point for the Pride. She's got her hand on the block. It just went straight down. Yep.
Didn't seal it up and came in front.
So match point number 2. Fien couldn't close it down. Out of the back row. Edie Rolfson. Wilsden with the swing, and Wills got the kill.
Wills.
So that's the third match point try for Nebraska. This will be the 4th. Pullmiller, feigning, blocked. Back to her again. High hand that time. Asia got a hand on it. Will they keep it alive? They do. Out of the back row, Albrecht. That was in the net. 4 hits on Nebraska. So this now will be the 5th match point, but not before John Cook will have a conversation with his Huskers about closing out finishing sets. Something you have to do here in the NCAA, and we've seen that be a problem spot for Nebraska all season long, even going back earlier.
Just again, that final push to just finish it up. You know, don't relax, don't get tentative, just do what you've been doing.
So at 24-15, Nebraska is just 1 away from the match. And 1 more point would send Nebraska into a second-round battle with the Utah Utes, who won earlier tonight over Kansas State.
Got some super fans yet trying to get the Huskers charged up to finish this one.
So let's see if the crowd can provide a bit of energy here late in set number 3. See if Nebraska can close it out. Hofstra on a 5-1 run. And fought off 4 match points. They fought off 6 set points in set number 2. Point Huskers. Pullmiller outside, Fien blocked. Big block on the outside. So Burke with the block, and why not get excited? They have battled Nebraska tough here late, and it's a lot of senior leadership on the Pride side. And on the service error, Nebraska wraps up the match. So on the 6th match point, the Huskers finally close it out and win it in straight sets over the Pride of Hofstra, 25-16 in the 3rd. And Nebraska now sets itself up for a date tomorrow night right back here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center as they will take on Utah out of the Pac-12. Utes a 3-0 winner tonight as the Huskers win it in 3 straight over Hofstra. Let's go down on the floor. Here's our NET General Manager, Mark Leonard. Mark?
Well, a great night of Huskers volleyball on NET. Thank you for watching this evening. We'll be back tomorrow night with tomorrow night's game at 7 p.m. We are so proud to be able to offer this statewide to viewers across Nebraska because you have asked for it. The fan base for sports and for women's volleyball on NET is excellent. And with your membership support, when games become available, we bid for the rights and bring them to you in the comfort of your living room. Membership support is how you tell us that we're doing the right thing doing this. We are in a pledge drive. During a pledge drive, it's when we raise the funds that pay for all of the programs that you see throughout the year. We had planned on having other programming tonight and tomorrow night. Regular pledge type programming. When the opportunity to do volleyball came along, we scuttled those plans and put this on the air instead. We're hoping that we made a decision that you're going to reward by calling in your contribution this evening at 1-800-989-8236. We have several great thank you gifts. We have the Sports Partners Club fleece jacket as our way of thanking you when you become a member at the $120 level of membership. That's only $10 a month. At the $60 level, you get a choice of the NET Sports baseball cap or the Big Red Wrap-Up t-shirt. And at the $45 level of membership, you can take as your thank you gift the DVD Dream Like a Champion. You watch sports on NET. You know the range of coverage that we provide. We have done 75 live sports remotes this year, more than 200 hours of sports coverage. There is no other public broadcast station in the country that covers the amount and range and quality that you are able to get through NET Sports. If that's important to you, you really do need to send a message to us that, yes, you're willing to pay your fair share. We never ask you to give more than what you can afford, but we ask you to give something. Content like this is not free. You pay for cable television, you pay for streaming, you pay for magazines and newspapers. Well, public broadcasting is the same way. The content costs money, but we do it on the honor system. So it's up to you to decide how much enjoyment NET brings to you and what you can afford to help make it possible. Pay forward a season's ticket for the coming year for all of the great sports programs that we will be able to bring you on NET Sports. A lot of passion goes into these broadcasts, and I think you see it. If you value that, the fact that we produce something that is imperceptible from network-level sports, let us know that you share this pride in NET Sports coverage by saying, I want to be a member of this organization. The current members are the people who made tonight's broadcast possible. They're the ones who have made NET strong historically. We're looking forward to the next year and the next year. We would like to welcome back our viewers in the Hastings area. We've had a low power situation in that market. We put in a tube today that cost $48,000. If you value the fact we're back on the air, we'd love to have a call of membership support from you.
All right, thanks very much, Mark. Once again, the Huskers wrap it up here in round one of the NCAA tournament. We'll be back to wrap it up on NET Sports.